Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Jane Mackie, who's Chief Marketing Officer for Aman. And if you don't know Aman by now, it's an incredible reputation for incredible resorts around the world. And we're going to talk a little bit about Aman in its 30th anniversary. And this is Insider Travel Report. Now, Jane, as I said, this is your 30th anniversary. Talk about the start of Aman.
Aman started with the beautiful Amanpuri in Phuket in 1988, so January marked 30 years since that resort opened. I just had the privilege of being there in November, and it absolutely, you would never guess its age. It is still as pristine as it ever was. Beautiful teak wood throughout the resort. And the ethos of Aman was able to be replicated over the course of 30 years to just over 30 hotels.
Yeah, it's 30 hotels, but 30 very selected hotels, and they are around the world now, right?
Yes, 20 countries. We just opened our 31st, actually, Amanyangyun, which is within the Shanghai city limits, just outside the center of Shanghai. An absolutely beautiful Aman journey in and of itself.
Yeah, well, I've seen the photos, and we actually have done a little article on it. It's the detail is amazing, right?
It's absolutely fantastic. It is a bit of the old and the new. The development partner, who's a very special person with whom we worked, he's originally from Jiangxi province, and he transported 14 antique villas, dismantled them from Jiangxi province, and relocated them to Shanghai, as well as 10,000 camphor trees that have moved to partly on our resort area and right around it. And he's been known as the man that moved a forest.
As I said, it sounds like it's very easy to do. I mean, Doesn't that happen every day with a major resort, right?
Yes, and then we worked with Kerry Hill, who has designed many Amans, a very famous architect, and he worked on composing the new aspects of the resort. So you do have this feeling of ancient China and this feeling of the future of China, and the cultural journey that China has been on, all encompassed in the one resort.
Well, I have been at the Aman in the Summer Palace in Beijing, which was absolutely an amazing resort that you feel like really you are part of the ancient Summer Palace, right?
Exactly. It's composed of the outer buildings of the Summer Palace itself. And we do have, of course, I'm sure you went through the private door right into the grounds of the Summer Palace. And you have the secret cell phone for when you're ready to exit the grounds of the Summer Palace and come back onto the resort. So it makes it a very secret, fun sense of discovery, really, in that hotel.
And then you've been opening up a few years ago. You did Aman Venice and amazing properties. Talk a little bit about some of the other new stuff coming on with Aman.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the beautiful Aman Venice. It's, of course, a beautiful Venice building, historic building, and it was restored lovingly in conjunction with the architect Jean-Michel Gatti. And we have retained Jean-Michel Gatti to design the new future Aman New York, which actually is just behind us here, the Crown Building, which was built in 1921.
And when is that going to open?
That will open in 2 years' time, in the first quarter of 2020. It'll be 83 guest suites and 20 residences on top. And we have been working with Jean-Michel Gatti on exploring this building, which has never really been open to the public except for 1929 to 1932, when it was the original home of the Museum of Modern Art.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, and the thing is, I always think of Aman as being resort properties, but you're kind of resorts within cities sometimes, right?
Exactly, and I think people who have been to Aman Tokyo will see how we were able to transport the feeling and peace of Aman to a city center location like Tokyo. And here, just as an example, we have a 3-story spa that we're developing within the Crown Building, complete with somebody can actually rent a spa house within it for a day and have a complete spa experience right on the corner of 5th Avenue and 57th Street.
Not too bad, I tell you. And you think you can't find Aman, but now this will be your, how many properties will you have in North America after that?
In the Americas, we're currently at 4, and New York will make 5, and we have a couple of others in the pipeline that should open in the next 2 to 3 years. Yeah,
that sounds wonderful. Any other updates on some of your other resorts?
We have been making enormous investment into Amanpuri, into our spa facilities and our spa offering, which will include holistic health experiences, as well as your traditional spa pampering. Amanoi in Vietnam has also, over the years since it opened, and it's a very new hotel, but made extensive spa investments. And just general recapitalization and reinfusion of capital in many of the hotels that are in the 20 to 30 years to restore what's so beautiful about them, but obviously refresh them and make them ready.
Well,
to
I mean, spa is what Aman, I always think of Aman and spa sort of at the same time, because it is such a major feature of many of, if all of your resorts, right?
Right, and we don't look at it as just spa and pampering, as I mentioned. We look at it as really individual goals. One of our core values at Aman is investing in individuality, and people have goals related to health, goals related to fitness, goals related to skincare, which is something we're investing a lot of time, effort, and money in research and design of skincare and long-term care of people's skin. So we really invest in what their goals are for fitness or for health and wellness in general. And of course, Aman means peace in Sanskrit, so it's all done in a loving, peaceful way.
Well, and again, that's exactly what you're known for. And then maybe something not quite the same with the spa, but you've started your private jet experience now too, right?
We have. We work with a company called Remote Lands, and we have curated private jet journeys, which will encompass anywhere from 7 or 8, and we actually have a 21-day journey going to even more locations. It is fully subscribed for 2018, the 21-day journey, and we have a shorter journey of 16 days planned for the fall, also fully subscribed. So we are looking with the increase in demand, because we have so many people actually repeating and going on the jet journeys time and time again, of adding more journeys. And what it does is it allows you to get in between and to and from our more remote locations very, very quickly, but still have the privacy. So there are a private car service and guide for each couple in each destination.
So how many destinations would you visit typically during one of these private jet experiences?
The 16-day journeys are typically 6 to 8 destinations. Wow. You can do quite quickly. The 21-day journey, you're actually getting to, I think it's 8 or 9 destinations.
So it's kind of an Aman sampler, if you will.
Exactly, right? And this one is done on the occasion of our 30th anniversary. And it's a lot of time to ask a customer or a traveler to invest in one journey, but we're really thrilled that it has been fully subscribed and so well accepted, and by many people who have repeated on prior Aman journeys, on jet journeys.
Well, either you need a bigger plane or you need a lot of little planes, I think, right?
Yeah, I think we would always want to keep it quiet and small. It's generally just 4 to 6 to 8 couples, so very, very small, and allowing people to, again, have that privacy, have the access to the private guides that they want, in having the very convivial atmosphere on the plane itself. It doesn't feel like a typical passenger plane. It's set up as a very beautiful lounge setup. So we want to keep it intimate. That's what Aman is known for with our very small resorts.
Fantastic. Well, Jane, thank you for filling us in. First of all, congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
Thank you.
It seems like yesterday, but now you have 30 plus resorts and growing.
Yes.
And we have obviously the Aman Shanghai, which sounds wonderful, and I think everybody. And now, a couple years from now, we'll have Aman New York, right?
Yes, and we will continue to have a very slow and deliberate growth, taking enormous care with what locations we choose, what architects and designers we choose, training our staff. It will be very slow, very deliberate, and very curated and polished by the time we welcome guests. So we are not going to be opening at a rapid pace in the future, keeping it small and intimate.
And that's exactly the way I like it. Luxury, small, intimate, and a great spa. Great to see you. Congratulations again on the 30th anniversary, and we'll look for more in the future.
Thank you very much for visiting with us here in New York, and we look forward to sharing more information with the entire population of your following in the future.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.